Hello everyone, and welcome to Week 7, after so far a 6-game undefeated streak in the VBLS. I think what we so far have learnt this season is dragons are one of the types of Pokemon. Terra does limit some of the negative impacts associated with monotype, but also just having a team which is designed around flexible game plans with where each of the game plans are high impact is also somewhat effective. So this week we're playing against your boy, and I will show you the matchup. Darkrai, Megalopony. One of the main problems that my team has is it lacks a super effective stab into dark types, normal and normal types, and the only super effective stab into fighting types is Old Harrier Brave Bird. So my opponent here has a pretty strong start. That said, I have a most diabolical scheme that is totally not me using a scheme I already used earlier this season to try and pull against it, and they only have one way to beat it, except for the other ways they also have to beat it, because unfortunately Scrappy Fake Out is insanely strong, and I can't use Terra Ghost like I have in other games to deal with Fake Out. Corviknight, also a strong defensive option, as well as Garganacl. Both those mons can be really difficult for me to deal with late game, and I need different moves and different strategies to try and overcome them in that late game. So here's one of them. I have a Covert Cloak for Soul Cure, but it also covers Fake Out and other options. 1,000 Arrows, Rest, Sleep Talk, Monocoil, Zygarde. So this is about being able to scale up my defense, use its naturally good bulk, and scale up that defense to be able to put out consistent damage with 1,000 Arrows. Now, the one problem with 1,000 Arrows, Garganacl does have Wide Guard, so I have to PP stall Wide Guard, which luckily Rest Sleep Talk does have enough PP to stall Wide Guard between that and the hard 1,000 Arrows turns. But I do also need to coil up past it. I don't know if there'll be Body Press, I don't know exactly what set Garganacl will be. Garganacl may not even come. They could bring Trick Room, and this set is not necessarily great into the Trick Room because it orients, yes, around Garganacl, but also around offensive Dragolgi and the Spritzy, and this does good damage there, but I do have to Terra immediately, and I'm still taking a lot from Draco. And my turn 1 isn't necessarily doing the most. But if they Terra to take less damage than 1,000 Arrows, unless they Terra into Dragon, they are just going to be doing less damage with their Dragon type moves because they lose adaptability. Now, you may see this Tazdozo and think, oh my gosh, this Commander set is going to go crazy. Yeah, no, the Dozo is just a bulky Yawn Protect set like I brought in other weeks. Just Liquidation Body Press. It doesn't have a move to hit Dragolgi, which is unfortunate, but I think it hits everything else for neutral. Yeah, it hits everything else for neutral. The body press damage isn't the greatest because it's a non-stab move, but it's an option. And I've got Terra Fairy here, which is just to help me take Dark Move Triple Axle. I used to be Sleep Talk on this set as well, but Darkrai's ability Bad Dreams does mean that it's bad. So I've gone with a Protect variant instead, and the Citrus Berry can help me limit the damage from Bad Dreams. They do have Meowstic for Prankster Gravity with Bad Dreams, but I do have my own plans around that. So what instead I have here is this Storm Drain Tatsukiri. Which means I can surf it with my Dragapult, and then I get +1 special attack, which means I can click Muddy Water to retire both my opponents. Surf, if I don't mind hitting my own Dragapult for some damage, which, you know, in some situations I do mind, some situations I don't mind. If I don't have Zygarde in the back, that means all my Pokemon resist water, but I am still doing a lot of damage to them, because this is Terra Water, and I will often be clicking that Terra Water. And then I've got Draco to cover for Terras that resist water, or just the Dragolgi itself. And then I also have Hydro Pump there, which allows me to force through single target damage, again to deal with that Wide Guard from Garganacl, but also just to push damage through the team more broadly. Then here, we've got the Surf, Dragon Pulse, Dragapult. Dragon Pulse does let me put some damage into Dragolgi, doesn't necessarily do amazing damage because Dragolgi does have very good special defense. But I still am max attack invested. I am here with a Focus Sash, which is great if Lopunny does not triple axle me. If it clicks Returned, if it clicks Close Combat, I have Protect to deal with the Fake Out option. Unfortunately, I can't Protect around the Fake Out here, but this defense does let me live a Return or a Frustration from full. Won't let me live a CC, but at -1 defense, I have better options. Maybe I should just be like a different set on this. It's difficult. But yeah, Thunder Wave gives me the ability to get speed control. It allows me to make Zygarde, Goodra, and Cyclizar faster than any Pokemon on my opponent's team. Obviously outside of Prankster Meowstic. And they could run Quick Attack on Lopunny, but I'm hoping they don't, because I would like to win instead of lose. But yeah, so I've just got Surf there, which allows me to scale this up. as well as it does do non-resisted damage to Corviknight, but it does unfortunately still hit my partner Pokemon, which isn't amazing, especially if I have Terrified the Zygarde. But even just in general, hitting Surfing the Zygarde with a max attack investment is not preferred, even if the Pokemon is pretty tanky. So I'll hopefully be clicking Dragon Pulse where I can. It was so difficult to fit Shadow Ball because the Lopunny and the Garganacle's ability makes it resist Ghost type moves. I had a version with Hex, but like you can't even status the Garganacl because of its ability, but then it also resists Ghost. It is a very difficult mon for Dragon Pulse to deal with, so just hoping that the chip from Dragon Pulse is enough to make progress. And then yeah, I've got the Sash here, which allows me to have that extra turn, predominantly against Darkrai and Dragalge. Those are the two Pokemon that can put me to Sash easily. Then here I have the Hoodra. This is fast sub. The idea with fast is that I can pair it with the Paralysis to become the fastest Pokemon, like faster than my opponent's Pokemon, get a quick sub or attack off. But Sab also allows me to punish Trick Room. I used to have Rock Tomb instead of Dragon Pulse, which allowed me to hit to get more speed control, but also to put damage into the Volcarona. But it was just very difficult to actually click that move. So instead, I am Dragon Pulse, which lets me hit the Dragalge for some reasonable damage, and it can still chip the Volcarona, but it's not going to do great if they are set up. And then here I've got the offensive Terrabug Cyclizar. I'm just going to ask my opponent to challenge. Sorry, yeah. So then I've got the Cyclizar here, Double Edge, U-Turn, Power Whip, Protect. Double Edge is fine into some Pokemon. So they have 3 normal checks, which are Basculegion, Garganacl, and Corviknight. Power Whip lets me hit Garganacl and Basculegion. Unfortunately, I don't have a good move to hit Corviknight, but I have to hope that between the rest of my team I'm able to find some effective lines into it. Often that will require me to Terra one of these two. No, not necessarily the Zygarde. The Zygarde doesn't need Terra to do it, but this, it may involve me terraing the Goodra so that I resist Body Press, because Bulk Up and Iron Defense sets could be annoying. But I also, like I said, do have this damage with Tatsugiri, and I can use Yawn to limit the amount of position that Corv can get. But if it's Helmet, that can be annoying for my physical attackers. I had to build the version of this OP, but the reason this is here is I can click Thunder Wave into... I used to also be able to Icy Wind with Tatsugiri, but I wound up cutting it. It's just so difficult. And then I can Terrabug U-Turn to get a KO into... like, I just can't really drop any of these moves. Like, I would love to drop Surf because then I don't break my Sash, but there are a lot of Pokemon that my Sash being broken doesn't matter against, and it's more important to KO my opponent's Pokemon. So then, yeah, I've got U-Turn, Terrabug U-Turn. Terrabug allows me to resist fighting moves from Lopunny. It also lets me become neutral to Triple Axle, which is a big problem. It's also one of the things that can deal with Sash. And then, yeah, Double Edge is my main offensive option here. But Protect is really pivotal for giving me flexibility. My opponent has not challenged. I may have to find the challenge myself. Unfortunately, I don't like typing because you guys can hear it. So, but I will do it. Alright, Tatsu. I do have another build that I wound up not going with, which was designed around Dozo. Alright. Okay, so let's see what Pokemon my opponent brings. I don't expect them to bring Diglett. I didn't even talk about the Electivire. The Electivire positioning is so annoying. I had like a version which was Terra Stella on the Cyclizar, but I really just couldn't afford to be taking so much recoil for like the single issues, and the U-turn pivots are useful. Okay, they bring Spritzy, but they don't bring Garganacl. You too. Okay, no Meowstic is good to know. Terra on Volcarona is Steel. So Darkrai resists water. Corv resists water. It is Terra Dragon. Okay. Okay, good to know. That's actually like okay news for the Dozo. Because it means that Body Press stops being resisted, but also it means that they would lose adaptability on the poison moves. I actually don't know how well Dozo takes it. So yeah, they didn't bring Meow, they didn't bring Basculegion, they didn't bring Evire, they didn't bring Garg, and they didn't bring Diglett. So I think that means their lead options are like Lop Volcarona, Lop Darkrai, or Lop Spritzy. So the version I have to do into Spritzy is I have to Hydro Pump it with Tatsugiri. Which is not amazing. I could lead Goodra. I could lead something, probably. Trying to play around the Spritzy lead is very difficult. I think I'm going to go with Dragapult, Tatsugiri. I think it's Dozo and Goodra this game. Okay, so I can't even. Oh, I can't even Hydro because they've got the redirection. Okay, that's good to know. I think I locked Terra Water, Muddy Water here. This Spritzy has no stats, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I just, until I know what the Pokemon is, I think I need to prep for sort of every move it can run. I do think I'm committing my Terra, but is that accurate? The alternative is to save a Terra for Dozo. Mostly I'm wondering, okay, Modest Moonblast. Okay, I don't want to lock. I think, so even if we look at the plus special attack Terra Water set, yeah, I would need to Hydro it and I can't. So, oh no, I didn't mean to surf with that. I thought I was on the right mon still. I meant to click Muddy Water so I didn't break my own sash. Okay, I actually have no idea what they're clicking. Muddy Water, interesting. Wisp, sorry. I don't know why I said Muddy Water when they clearly did not click Muddy Water. I'm gonna protect. Honestly, I kind of want to protect in Terra Water Surf, but I could go hard into Goodra here. Is the other play. You weren't supposed to. I also wasn't supposed to surf myself. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard into Goodra here in the Tatsugiri slot, so I can ideally take a Moonblast and then potentially get a sub off. Okay, Dazzling Gleam is good to know. Strugglebug is annoying because I am the other item, but here I'm going to go for sub. Strugglebug I think does go through my my sub. Okay, that's good. Honestly, I think I can just spam sub here. I could yawn this first turn with Dozo. I could also throw a Liquidation out. Dragolgi is an annoying Pokemon. I don't know if any of these... Okay, so I expect they probably are not specs. So if they're just Life Orb, they don't knock out the Dozo in one. Which makes me want to go for a yawn and sub play. They could knock out the Dozo with a combination of Draco and Thing. If they have Helping Hand, that would also knock out. But I'm going to go for yawn and I'm going to click sub again. Because sub, if it fails, functions like Protect. Oh, they could be going for Terra Dragon Draco. I guess I could have clicked the Fairy button. But like, now they have -2. And I can... Frankly, I sort of just want to Acid Armor here, but I could Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse should mean that with a Surf, I get a KO next turn. Obviously, it's bad if I get Wisped, but it's not very bad if I don't. I feel like they're less likely to go for Dragon Pulse because they did see me just click sub. Sorry, to play around the Dragon Pulse because they did just see me click sub. Oh, that miss is unfortunate for them for sure. I think I have to go hard Tatsu here. Because they get a Fake Out. And I'm going to Terra Poison, and I'm going to go for this Acid Armor. So we do see Fake Out into that slot. I'm hoping that the other attack goes into the Goodra. It does not. So that's obviously not great for me. I was hoping to have the Tatsugiri in, the Unlife Orb. I'm just going to Thunder Wave the Lopunny and, frankly, just Acid Armor again. Why am I Acid Armoring again? I'm gonna double the I'm gonna Draco the Dragon Pulse the Hoodra and Body Press the Lopunny. It's bad if the Lopunny goes into Volcarona and I get Flame Body burned. Okay. Well, that didn't really achieve much for them. What have I revealed? I have revealed Dragon Pulse. I think I Dragon Pulse the Lopunny slot. They could be Encore with Spritzy, which would be annoying. I think that the Lopunny is reasonably likely to switch here. I think I have to Body Press. It's not really good though. It's really not very good. Maybe I Acid Armor. I'm going to Dragon Pulse Lopunny and go for Acid Armor again. If they are Encore, that's obviously incredibly awful for me. Alright, they could Dazzling Gleam as well, which... Alright, so I can Protect here. Didn't lock anything last game. So they didn't Encore me last round, even though I think they probably could have punished me effectively with Encore. CC Fake Out. I think the last move has to be Traxel. Okay, so I just need Body Press not to burn me. I could have Dragon Pulsed. I don't know why I went for Body Press. Oh my gosh, I was really worried it was going to burn there. I mean, I just spam Protect, right? The reason I'm spamming Protect is it reduces the damage that Spritzy does with Dazzling Gleam. I'm gonna click sub here with Goodra, because if they do break the sub, then they take recoil. Oh, but that broke my sub. Oh, that's bad. I was not expecting that Dazzling Gleam to get the break, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me, they did. So, yeah, at this point we expect that the Body Press would knock out the Dragolgi combined with, oh, but they're gonna beat me, I think. We expect the Dragon Pulse, sorry, the Life Orb recoil to result in the Dragolgi going down. Leftovers is a good item in games like this, where you are playing for that really late game win condition. I should get a thing open to save the replays. I think it's possible I still lose. Single target Dazzling Gleam. He's probably doing like 7. The most important thing is being able to get a KO. If I get this KO in Lopunny, then I think I can always beat the Spritzy 1v1. But if I'm allowing both of them to attack me, then I don't think so. I think even if they go for like Protect Dazzling Gleam version of the play into close combat, okay, Traxel. Only 2 hits. Third hit would have done like 11, so it doesn't look like it would have been enough to win. I think sub is probably technically always better, because it allows me to limit the risk associated with a crit. Okay, so I misplayed turn 1 and was still fine. Did I misplay turn 1? Yes, I shouldn't have surfed. That surf probably wasn't game deciding. What did we actually learn from the actual damage that we see here? Game 1, sorry, I just did 23 to the Spritzy, so that looks like... Is that ever max defense? No. But it's definitely like mixed defensive. Maybe something like this. And I think that we see from the Dazzling Gleam doing 7. This is calculating spread damage, Dazzling Gleam. I should just put Alluring Voice. That's the same damage as single target. It's not letting me do it because it's illegal. Okay, so it looks like they are not attack invested, I think. I think this is what we see. I Muddy Water turn 1, right? Well, I surfed it. I surfed it +1, but without the Terror. Surf +1 did 34. No, to myself. Did 31. Yeah, so it's quite specially defensive, but it has some Fizz Def. You too. It's very terrifying. I'm glad to have pulled out game 1. Might be harder to do like game 2. The Terra Dragon Draco was obviously pretty significant in terms of their positioning. It feels like... I don't know if they're going to go for the same plan or if they're going to go for the Corviknight version of the plan. Or even a Darkrai lead. Darkrai lead could be a problem. This is very difficult. I don't think I can lead Cyclosaur. I don't think I can bring Cyclosaur. That's a shame. I was hoping to be able to bring it. It was more meant for like an Evire version of a build, but also like helps if they had a even stronger water matchup. I kind of just want to look. I'm gonna try doing the same thing. Okay, I think this is about what we expected. I sort of expect them to fake out with the Tatsugiri here. Do I have a play that deals with that? I can just get 2 surfs off. And if I go for Terra Water, then they can't hit me with a super effective move. And I do think I lock Muddy Water in this situation. So they do have the ability to fake out either of my Pokemon here with Lopunny. They don't know that I'm Sash. They don't know what item I am. Originally I had Wide Lens for Thunder Wave, but I wound up deciding that the other item was better. So this is obviously annoying if Darkrai does go for Terra Water this turn 1. Okay, so fake out here. They're Spatial Rent and Scarf. Okay, very good to know that they're Spatial Rent. I'm gonna Thunder Wave the Darkrai and switch in Dozo? Scarf, Spatial Rent, Darkrai. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. If I miss this move, I can only live Spatial Rent because of my Sash, but if I miss this move, I'm going to be sad that I'm Sash. They went for Limber. Did I reveal Thunderwave? They want... I guess they don't have to Mega, they just take less damage. They just take more damage, sorry. No, I didn't reveal Thunderwave. That still did a lot of damage. Okay, good. They are no longer Scarf. They went for Traxel. Please get only 2 hits again. Only 1 hit. I was just sort of dishonest. They're still so fast with this Darkrai. Alright, I'm gonna protect. Frankly, I just want to body press the Lopunny. I don't even know if it does enough. It used to be Helmet on this Dozo, which obviously helped. Yeah, I'm just gonna body press the Lopunny here. Okay, I'm just really bad. Alright, by which I mean they're good, but like I'm bad. Oh, please don't burn. No! The immediate burn. They didn't get it last game, so really, they were unlucky. Yeah, this Trigolgi positioning is terrible for me here. Okay, but they're probably not likely to put damage into Dozo, so I can surf and bring in Tatsu. So if this covers if they go for damage to the Dragon Ball. It's bad if they go for Strugglebug with Volcarona. How much do we think Strugglebug is doing? and probably enough to KO me, so that's not good. I'm gonna go for it. They haven't terrored yet. The Darkrai is paralyzed. This is risking a lot. Okay, they went for Rage Powder. It's good to know. Hopefully that means they went for the Dragon Pulse into Dragon Pulse version of the play. Okay, they did. Okay, good to know. I think I missed the bit where I have a Punish. I do have a Punish. I can Dragon Pulse it. I think I have to Surf. I don't think I can risk the miss. I have to accept that I'm taking damage into my Goodra. I can't even calc it with the way this is set up. I don't have. I set up to download the replay and then I didn't download the replay. Okay, it's good to have won game 1. No, the Terror was enough. Okay, wait. Did they let me get the KO anyways? They did. Okay, never mind. The Terror was not enough. The Terror is enough to live the next one though. Oh, this positioning's so bad. They can just go into Lopunny. The Vern's also not good. They do not go into Lopunny. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me they didn't go into Lopunny here. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something. I'm just gonna Body Press. I'm just going to Dragon Pulse and Surf. I have to imagine Dragon Pulse is doing more now that I'm burned. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, yeah, they are faster than me. But I have the Dozo. Yeah, I guess this is annoying. But is it that annoying? Alright, so I always Body Press here. But I can just yawn with Dozo, right? Oh, even better. Even better. Yeah, okay, this is a win. GG's. Yeah, they might even fall asleep. They might still just faint. Oh, what if it isn't a win? Okay, if they wake up now and close combat KOs, then they win. Okay. GG's, no! Flame Body broken! Oh, if the Flame Body hadn't procced that, I would have won that game. That Flame Body just sealed the game. I could have Liquidationed as well, and then I wouldn't have taken that extra damage. No, I wouldn't have taken the Wisp into Goodra, which wouldn't have changed that much. Maybe I should have subbed, actually. I went for, Body Press? I don't know much about Darkrai Spatial Rent, do you know? Okay, but would it have broken? Oh, I could have subbed with Goodra, actually. That probably was better. But that was after I was burned. Less good in the context where I'm burnt, but probably was still better. I think I should have subbed on that turn with Goodra instead of going for the Dragon Pulse. Well, no, it lets it get damage into my Dozo. Yeah, burn just really killed me that game. So, what's their alternative lead answer here? And how do I beat it? I think I just lead Pulse Cyclizar. After all this time, maybe Cyclizar is actually the answer. You too. Wait. I'm saying that. Isn't Zygarde just the answer? Zygarde Pult? I just protect and terrify a coil? Honestly, I think it might be Dozo and Hoodra in the back. I definitely terrify it. What if I don't coil and I just attack? I think that might be the play. I'm gonna... Thunderwave the Darkrai and just terrify 1,000 arrows. Obviously there are contexts in which Coil is better. There might be this context. It might be this context. I'm gonna go for this version of the play. I don't even think they've seen the Sash on Pole. I haven't. If this was not Terra Preview, wow, this is a crazy difficult position for my opponent to be in. Foul Play is interesting. Okay, that's what we were hoping for. So now I just click 1,000 Arrows. Frankly, I kind of want to protect the Dragon Ball, but I don't know if that's actually the best play. I'm gonna go for a Dragon Pulse into the Darkrai with 1,000 Arrows. Okay. It's bulkier than I would appreciate it being. Okay, they go for the double. Unfortunately, I can get Wisped here, which is annoying. Maybe I should have not gone into this slot. Maybe I should have clicked the other one. I can't believe they crit me. What's so rude? Alright, well, 1,000 Arrows here is just kind of free. I think sub is also just fine. They're very likely to Wisp the Gudra here. But I think being behind a sub is better than not being behind a sub. I don't actually know how they win. Yeah, like I can just 1,000 Arrows Dragon Pulse. I don't think they're likely to be able to win from here. Like, I'm at full. Okay, Terra Dragon Draco probably does knock out the Zygarde, but Goldie's taking 1,000,000. And I have the, I'm behind sub. Miss Draco. Oh, or just get KO'd. Oh yeah, no, it just does 60, yeah. That makes sense. GG's, okay. I'm glad that I went for the Game 3 version of the play. Thinking on it, I actually think this was good into every single lead that they had. I don't know what they mean by wasn't the smartest play. I don't know if they, like, I don't think there was a play there where I'm like, oh well, that wasn't a very good play. I think I just positioned effectively. Yeah, 28. I guess they could have gotten Fake Out first, right? And then chipped the Zygarde a little. GG's, okay. What won this game? Gudra. Dozo. Okay, I can make the Dozo video, which is the plan. The plan was to make this the Tats Dozo one. It was meant to be more Tatsu than Dozo, but Dozo still ended up being pretty good. Tatsu was also pretty effective. Week 7, the boy versus Electric. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. That was a crazy game. I am going to share my opponent the paste and hope to get a copy of their paste. I can't believe I almost went Cyclizar instead. Would Cyclizar? What was the term one like if I had Cyclizar? Volcarona. Yeah, it would have been an annoying turn one, but it would have been playable. Foul Play is a really weird bring. Oh, I clicked into the wrong opponent. Alright, my opponent has been sent the paste. I hope to get a copy of theirs, but I'm really proud of myself this season. 7-0 with the Mono Dragon team. It was really good. I think I misplayed this one, right? I think I could always have subbed on this turn with the Darkrai at 4, even though I know that the Darkrai is faster than me while paralyzed. Even though I know it's so, like, because I can always protect this slot. They don't get the position with Lopunny as well, right? No, it was only Lopunny. Yeah. I can always protect the Dozo, and I guess I would push damage into Lopunny because they are having a lock CC. It's interesting. Can I get your paste? I'm asking my opponent specifically. I mean, my opponent is a really strong player. They'd already locked playoffs 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago they locked playoffs. They were sitting at like 3 wins and they were in playoffs, and I'm like, okay. So, yeah, very strong player. Very happy to have pulled it out in what was a really fun set. Really incredibly fun series. That I keep expecting my opponent to send a pace for, but they have not. But yes, no, really proud of what I've been able to do with this season. Really proud of being able to use the breadth of my Pokemon, even if Cyclizar didn't necessarily get its game here. I was really glad that my opponent never actually used the Corviknight that probably beat everything I ever brought ever, because Corviknight's broken. But it looks like I probably won't be getting the pace, at least in a reasonable time for this video. So definitely, I thank you guys all for watching. I really, this turn 1 and 2, the game 1 and 2, this was an incredibly long game for VGC standards. This was like still solidly long game for VGC standards. And then this one, at least the yawn play was correct. If they woke up on the first possible turn, if they hadn't woken up on the first possible turn, then the next body press would have KO'd and I would have won. So they needed the flame body and they needed me to get the min rolls with sleep. I could have protected this turn, but they wouldn't have lost the CC recoil. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Yeah, like I said, incredibly proud of this season. Happy to be making it into playoffs as the only undefeated coach with a team that a lot of people, I think, didn't necessarily process effectively. I do think this, I wouldn't expect this team to go undefeated. I did think this team was really strongly consistent at making playoffs. I think that there are plenty of other people building, I think with the amount of time that I wound up spending week to week, who would have been able to achieve like a 6-1 record. I think was very achievable with this team. And then, you know, pulling out the 7-0. And really happy to get to the first pick in playoffs so that whoever wins doesn't just pick me round 1, because they know that they have like everyone else who's like running for top 1 who is like 0-1 has like crazy strong steel types that I have like no real way to beat. Oh no, I got your boy spaced. Here we are. It's been 10 million years. Okay. Can you guys see all of the paste? You can see most of the paste. You can't see they were after you on the Spritzy lost. Okay, after you and protect, which I don't know if we saw during the game. And then the Dragocolchi was dragon move, fighting move, focus lost, which would have been really good for my Dozo if I did Terra Fairy, because it could not hit the Dozo at all. So that's interesting. And then they had Trick, Icy Wind, Foul Play on this Darkrai. That's a crazy set. Frankly, I probably wasn't even that much slower with my set. I think Dark Pulse would have served their needs maybe a little bit better than Foul Play wound up doing. But it just would have put me to Sash. I had Sash anyways. But it could have flinched me. Volcarona here. We did see all of these moves. The Mono Struggle Bug is interesting. Actually, I'm not sure. Did we see Protect? Yeah, I don't think we saw Protect from the Volcarona. So maybe a Heat Wave or Flamethrower could have enabled it to advance the game, or even a Bug Buzz, right? Okay. Oh, okay, no setup on the Corv at all. I was thinking that the Corv set would be Tailwind, or it would be Iron Defense or Bulk Up. But yeah, if it has no setup, then that means it's not able to necessarily deal with Dozo effectively, unless I get burned. They're saying they could have tricked the Zygarde, and I think with the paralysis, it still would have been bad, but obviously, yeah, that wouldn't have been great for my Zygarde. But then I would have been like Scarf locked into 1,000 arrows, and I think that probably would still have been fine. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Goodbye.